Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we break down one of their records. We get into the music videos, lyrics, how it was made, and everything in between. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. All the social media is at Asinine Radio. If you're watching on the YouTubes, smash that subscribe button on there and tell your friends. And this week we are finishing up the Battle of the Boy Bands on the podcast, and we thought it would be fun to get into the fake boy band that is Together. So that's what we're doing today. Together again. They're technically their second record. The first record was a soundtrack to the movie, but let's get into this. Let's get in because did you watch? Okay, well, should we get into the? I guess let's just do origin story. Well, origin story with Together. What do you got? Go.
My origin story with Together is I've not heard more than 2 of these songs until this week. This was a group that, like, I knew they were fake. I knew it was goofy, and I don't remember watching the movie or the show ever because I think I was just like, oh, you guys are just a fucking fake boy band. I take boy bands very seriously, and therefore I just never cared. And I guess we did this episode, and
I guess we did this episode. We're doing this episode right now.
Well, this is something.
So you really hated it that much, huh?
I mean, give your origin story, and then I guess I can go into why this is terrible. Okay.
My origin story was the movie coming out, and at the time watching MTV, I watched like almost everything that they did. Anything that was on MTV, I watched. And this was the first MTV movie that was ever released. It premiered commercial free on the channel. And I watched it, and I thought it was very funny because it made fun of the boy bands. But honestly, I had never gone back to the movie since then. I watched the TV show as well when it was out, but I never went back to that either until this week. I've always liked the songs I've heard. I thought they're very funny, and they're goofy, and they're dumb. But now my views on this are a little bit different.
Did you watch the TV show
That's my origin
too?
story. I did. I went back, this week I watched the first 3 episodes.
That's too much.
Yeah, watched the first 3.
I had to watch the movie in 3 increments.
Really?
Yeah,
it's not that bad. It's like an hour and a half, dude.
It's not good, dude.
You watch Titanic. That's a 3-hour movie.
You're right. We should be talking about Titanic on the same level as this fucking piece of shit fucking movie that came out.
It's a TV movie, dude. It's a TV movie. What do you expect? With a low budget.
Yeah, that's why it took me 3 tries to fucking get through it.
Unbelievable. So you fucking hated it. You hated everything about it.
I don't hate anything here, but none of it is good. Actually, 2 songs are actually fucking really good.
Which song? Okay, well, yeah. What songs then?
It's like Getting Back Your Stuff is just that's a fantastic fucking song. That's better than anything 98 Degrees put out. That song is better than anything 5 put out. Which I love 5 because they have one song that's really fucking good. It's better than anything like O-Town put out, LFO put out. That song's a fucking banger. It's amazing and it's funny and it's a good song. Yeah. But like this is a joke band, and doing this whole boy band thing like 3 weeks in a row was nice because it kind of coincided with how like the world populace felt about boy bands. It's like, all right, bro, enough's enough. I'm done. Put a fork in me. I'm done. Doing Together this week, I was just like, I'm fucking tired of this shit, dude. I am fucking tired of this shit. Like BSB was fine, and I realized like, damn, a lot of the music fucking sucks. And Sync was fine because it's like, damn, this is even worse. And then it was like Together. It's like, here's a joke band that's supposed to make fun of this stuff. And it's still dumb. Like I don't care if it's tongue in cheek. It's still not good. Songs are just not good. The lyrics are just over the top.
The source material isn't good. Yeah. So I mean, what were you expecting? This to be like amazing?
Honestly, I was
what?
expecting for it to be a little bit more meta than it was. I was expecting the TV show to be a little bit more meta and to like maybe have like people that actually cared about like comedy, rather than just be kind of just slapsticky. I think that's what I was expecting.
Okay. Did you watch any of the show?
No,
or just the movie?
Dude, I barely got. And to be fair, the third part of the movie, I put the playback speed at 1.5.
Because you could do that on YouTube. Because it's only you could only watch this movie on YouTube and the TV show. You could only watch it on YouTube. You can't buy it anywhere. Nothing.
Like, yes, just because it's so on the nose and like just because it's so like, yeah, that's what it was like, does not just automatically mean that it's good. Like
no, you're right.
I thought the jokes would just be a little more witty. I thought the movie would just be a little more witty. A little too elementary.
But it was also the movie was an MTV movie, a TV movie, and it's playing to kids, teenagers.
So?
I mean, that's what this movie is
MTV's
for.
first actual movie was Joe's Apartment. I fucking love Joe's Apartment. I think it's a phenomenal movie.
I haven't watched that since I was a teenager.
Dude, I still watch Joe's Apartment at least once a year. I love that movie. I think it's amazing.
Okay. All right.
So like, just because it's your first or whatever, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it doesn't mean,
you got good writers, you got good writers.
Yeah, and looking at the guys who wrote this, they're brothers. They haven't really done anything else.
No,
really
they
have not
do anything else. This is not good.
And this is what they're best known for. So I don't even know where to start. Should we kind of talk about the movie a little? Yeah, let's talk about the movie a little bit, since that spawned this entire thing. Came out in 1999 or 2000. I don't remember. No, it was 99.
Yeah.
Came out in 99, and yeah. So what it is the general premise is there's this manager who is essentially Lou Pearlman, and who we talked about on the pod, and he gets fired from his current boy band, and he gets screwed over by the record company, and then he goes and creates a new boy band that is Together, and then it's kind of like the battle between Together and his old boy band called Whoa, and then so it's the audition process. There's some other shit that goes on, and then at the very end, they go to see Whoa play, but then you find out that they're actually lip syncing. Together gets on stage and then blows the crowd away, and then they get signed, and then that's the end of the movie. Now, so that's the movie premise. The TV show, at least based off of the first 3 episodes that I watched, this is them moving to LA, the band, the group, and they all live in a giant mansion. The manager, the guy who played the manager in this, he's gone completely. I guess he didn't want to sign on for the TV show. I couldn't really find anything about it, but he's not in the TV show at all. So they have a new manager, and then it's them just kind of like going through like the music business and making music videos and just like personal relationships between them and like their girlfriends and shit. So it was fine. Mandy Moore's in the 3rd episode, and I don't know. From what I remember as a kid, there was a lot of cameos from other musicians and stuff, or pop artists of the time. But so yeah, that's the story, man. That's the story, dude.
That's something.
But it was kind of fun. It was fun in the movie, you know, how, you know, they each have like their own like role in the group. You know, the one guy's the heartthrob, the shy guy, the cute guy, the older brother guy, kind of guy who would be like Kevin Richardson, BSB, and then the bad boy, you know, so like AJ. So, I mean, it is very on the nose, but it's fun. Who cares? Have some fun.
Here is why it's funny. It's because like you go into like the heartthrob. The heartthrob is the one that's like the Nick Lachey, right? Like the Nick Carter. Not Nick Lachey. Yeah. He's not the heartthrob. Dude, 90 Degrees is so dumb. Wasn't there? Yeah. There's only 4 of them, right?
No, there were 3. No, 4.
There was 4.
Yeah, there were 4. There were 4. Yeah, there were 4.
Oh, dude,
there were the 2 brothers. There were the Lachey brothers, and then that weird older looking dude, and then some like really short guy.
You don't do a boy band with 4 guys. Can't do it. Don't do it. It's stupid.
5 had 5 guys.
Gotta have 5. So anyway, like the heartthrob, the shy one, and it's just funny because they did like they played that role really, really well, and that was fun, and it was cute, and like the older brother, like the Farley dude, he's so much older than everybody else, and he just looks gross, and everything about him is just like, damn, that's like a grown ass adult with children. And like the bad boy wasn't actually like a bad boy, he's just kind of an idiot, just a dumbass. But like the cute one was like 15, 16, and yeah. I thought that was funny because he was ready to get out there and just smash. He just ready to get out there and just have a good time. And I was like, damn, this is weird. Like, this is bizarre. Like, why is this kid excited to just go sleep with girls constantly? And like everyone else thinks it's okay. And I thought it was even more like kind of like 90s, meta, which I had no idea. But like the dude had a terminal illness in the show. Mm-hmm. He played a character that had a terminal illness.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
I know.
What?
It was weird. It's really weird. Yeah. In the movie, in the show he has like liver problems, but in real life, when he was 9 years old, he had Hodgkin's lymphoma, and he had went through like all this chemotherapy for like 6 or 9 months, something like that, to the point where after he was kind of cured of the cancer or went into remission, his heart and lungs were so fucked up from the chemo that he was having issues for the rest of his life with breathing and everything. And he ended up dying when he just turned 16, like a week before, and he died in the hospital just after Christmas from respiratory failure because of the chemo.
Dude,
yeah,
a fucking child.
Yeah,
So
and then,
like you're watching this, and like they're exploiting the fact that he has a terminal illness. You're like, oh, that's funny. And then you look at Wikipedia, and like, damn, dude died from a terminal illness.
Yeah,
fuck,
literally did.
And so that's not funny.
They were filming they were finishing up filming the second season when he actually died, and the last episode of the second season only ever aired in Canada, never aired here in the U.S. And then from what I've read and everything, a lot of the second season he wasn't even in it because of his illness. And then when he died, everybody in the group was at his funeral, and it was up in Vancouver in Canada. And I guess like it was a big thing, like thousands of people showed up, and I guess like he was really well known in the community for being just such a nice kid, and like he donated. He's over his years as a kid. He helped donate or raise like hundreds of thousands of dollars to like the children's hospital and shit like that. And then do you read about the Baywatch thing?
Yeah,
so weird. So like the Make-A-Wish thing, he wanted to be on Baywatch. So when he was like 11 or something like that, he was on an episode of Baywatch, and David Hasselhoff took a liking to him. Yep. And when he actually died, David Hasselhoff did like the opening like eulogy at his funeral. Like, what the fuck? It was so weird.
His kid, dude.
So weird, dude. So weird.
Yeah. Like I don't know. It's just tragic to think about, like a kid, right, at that early age getting diagnosed with something. And this kid pretty much like knew he's on borrowed time. He's gonna die. And so all he does is just act and then like volunteer and do things to help other kids with like cancer and shit, which is such a fucked up concept. But it's just it's like that's meta writing right there, to have this kid like play somebody with a terminal illness. Like that's risky, dude. That's risky.
Even in the movie,
I know it's risky.
They're on stage and he passes out on stage, and they like crowd surf him off the stage because he passed out. He's passed out because he's sick. It's like
he's just all fucking limp.
Gnarly. Yeah,
that's risky writing. That's fearless writing, and I like that. I like that because that's what QT or JC, whatever his name was. That's what he would have wanted, right?
QT,
They call him. I think, and in real life, I think it was JC, right? Wasn't that his
well, in the movie, his name was Jason McKnight, but he went by QT
because he's QT. MC. His actual name is Michael Corleone.
Yeah.
Michael
Cuccione.
That's
offending all the good Italians. Yes.
Whenever I do an Italian voice, I always end it with that.
I thought you were gonna go with the Godfather with the girl. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Apollonia.
She gets blown up.
I think it's Apollonia. She gets fucking. She's just annoying, dude. Like, oh my god, I taught you how to drive. Shut up. Like, get on with it.
Like literally a minute later, she blows up in the car after she says that too.
That's what happens when you be annoying, is you get blown up.
That's true. You do.
You get blowed up.
Oh boy. But So he died very, very young. And
super sad.
Yeah, it really, really is.
But
also, I
just want to reiterate, I think that is good fearless writing. I do. Yeah. I think taking something so serious and heavy and putting that into the actual character is just fucking, that's ballsy, man. That's risky. I like it.
It is. And it worked. I honestly think it.
That's the only thing about this movie I think that is risky. There's some. I have some notes here about my favorite parts of the movie, but otherwise.
All right. So I also so Kevin Farley plays the older brother character, and in the movie he's literally an older brother. He's the older brother to Chad Chad Linus, who's the shy one. So I
noises.
He makes all the noises. What?
Yeah, he goes pew pew pew.
Oh, that's right. That's
Like, he tries really hard to make better noises.
So yeah, he literally plays the older brother, and yeah, it's Chris Farley's brother. It's Chris Farley's younger brother.
Which all he does is just act like Chris Farley.
I know, but I mean, how can you not? I mean, they're brothers, and they look a lot alike. I mean, but I feel like you could tell he tries to not act like Chris, like his brother. But they're like, when he yells, it sounds exactly like Chris. Exactly like him.
And he looks fucking exactly like Chris Farley.
Look a lot like, except he's bald.
Yeah,
because Chris Farley was not. He wasn't that bald.
He wasn't that bald. He just had that nasty thing. Like Kevin has that gross like thing on his head. It's like, bro, just cut your hair, because he's more bald up here than he is like on the sides.
Who do you reference?
Kevin Farley. He's more bald here.
Oh, Kevin Farley
on the sides.
Yeah. But he was funny in
Chris
it.
Farley.
Yeah, and then to make him look younger because he's so old, they put braces on him and shit like that.
Oh, the braces were so good. See, the braces were funny because like that's a deliberate attempt to make like somebody who's just like, bro, like there's no way you can make this guy look younger. But putting braces on him is something that like an executive like a Lou Pearlman would think to like make him look younger, even though he looks fucking disgusting now. He's with braces. Mm-hmm. You're still fat and old and gross, but now you just have braces.
So he was good. And then the Jerry O'Keefe, the heartthrob of the group, for whatever reason, I thought he was in a lot of stuff outside of this movie, but he really wasn't. He's made more of his career as like a host on random like TV shows, and like I guess he's popular on like HGTV. I guess he hosts like some renovation TV show. I don't know, but I thought he did a lot more acting, but apparently not. But also, the dude was born in Ethiopia. Did you read that shit too?
Yeah, but like when people are, I don't know. I don't know where exactly he was born in Ethiopia, but he grew up in the U.S.
Yeah, he's like the whitest looking guy ever. But it's like, he was born in Ethiopia. And then did you read? So I did kind of a dive into him a little bit. So back in 1997, prior to this movie, he was asked to be in a Russian boy band called Nana, and he actually went over to Russia. I think he maybe played a couple of shows with them, but he decided not to join the group. And I looked up the group, and there's like, it's very, very hard to find anything about this group. But when I finally did, I found their YouTube channel, and they're a boy band that's been around since 1989, and they're still around. And their YouTube channel has so many fucking views. Like they are, but when you type in their name, you can't find them on Google. So I only found them because I found their Wikipedia page, and then on the Wikipedia page it links their YouTube channel, and it's all in Russian. I don't know what any of it says. There's thousands of comments on like all the videos. It's all Russian. There's not one single English comment. and then I was thinking, why would they reach out to this random American in 1997 and ask him to be a part of their Russian boy band? Does he speak Russian? I don't know.
That's interesting.
I don't know. It was a weird rabbit hole.
Together?
Yeah, this is in 1997.
Interesting. Maybe just, I mean, like whenever I see like somebody who grew up in America, but they're born in like some country like this, I see like parents with like hippie parents. I see hippie parents.
Or like military.
I mean, Ethiopia, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I see hippie parents with that one. Maybe like South Africa, I would think military, but like Ethiopia.
Yeah, like Ethiopia in the 70s, that's like the most third world of third world. You know, it's why were his parents? And then they were like missionaries or something, but I didn't really find any information on that. So I tried to do some more digging, but I couldn't really find much. There wasn't much about him. But yeah, the guy's name is Evan Farmer. I mean, and he looks like a pretty just average white guy, like good looking average white guy.
Yeah.
But then you get the Ethiopia thing, and then the Russian thing just completely comes out of left field. So I don't know. So that's
so stupid.
My little bit of research. And then the last thing here, the other guy, the bad boy, Mickey Park. That's his name in the movie.
Mickey Park.
He's so over the top. But do you know who he reminds me of? Is the guy from Napoleon Dynamite, the bully, Summer's boyfriend in Napoleon.
Oh,
they look a lot alike.
He does. The guy was
like, yeah,
like that was. I didn't know how to do those gyrations
because they have that big mouth, that really
kind
really
of like the
big
elongated
mouth.
face, the big mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that guy so much.
I hate him too. He's the worst part of Napoleon Dynamite, and we love that.
Kind of remember him though. Yeah.
That was the first thing I
Okay.
thought of. But anyway, I
Yeah.
also watched some live videos too of them. They played like TRL or they played some MTV event, and honestly, they could all sing except for Jerry O'Keefe, the heartthrob.
Really?
But yeah, they could all. They're actually the best singer out of all of them was Mickey Park. The
Huh.
way like when he was singing like, and it was live, like it was clearly not a tape because they were kind of fucking up too, so it clearly was live because they're not a real group and a real band. But no, he actually has a really good voice. I was very, very, very surprised. So of all the people, I wouldn't have expected that.
I thought that was interesting because I wondered too if they actually like if they were good singers and like that's just how they happen to be here because like MTV's not going to put money behind a movie without like somebody who can sing and dance, right? They're not like a robot's not going to fucking they're not going to take the chance. And so I always wondered, like, I wonder if these guys can actually sing anyway. Just they're trying to get into acting, and this is just a way to get into acting. But I always wonder if they could sing because, we know they can dance at least because they kind of make fun of the dancing.
Oh,
Yeah, the
yeah,
dancing's bad, but it's supposed to be bad. But like, I almost feel like it's harder to dance bad on purpose than it is to be a good dancer, right?
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree.
Like dancing bad on purpose and make it like you're acting,
They make it
like
look
you're dance
natural.
acting. Like that's fucking hard because you have to know how to dance and act and put it together. Dance act, dact. That's what we call it in the show business. Dact.
Yeah. It's not even funny.
Dacting.
Funny.
Yeah,
Funny.
that's pretty good. Dacting. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. Dacting, dance acting.
No.
Yeah, it makes sense. Dacting.
So the group too, they went on tour with Britney Spears in 2001 as well. I think it was 2000 or 2001. They opened up for Britney Spears, so like they played to like big audiences. So as far as I know, they probably all sang the songs themselves. There was no real, lip syncing or backtracking or backing tracks. At least based off of the one performance I saw. So
here's why that's fucking absolutely ridiculous is because Britney Spears is going on tour in 2001, right? So we're getting like her at her peak. Like Oops, I Did It Again is basically like her at her peak before she transitioned into like an independent type of woman and writing her own songs and being this bigger than life thing, which even who cares because all her fucking records are like, But like Britney Spears is becoming a woman. She's blossoming from a teen to a woman. And then she has Together open up for her.
That's
like
weird.
that is not her decision. That is somebody telling her what to do, and that's fucked up.
I mean, she has no. I mean, we talked about it on the Backstreet Boys episode. She has no say in what happens in her career. I mean, we talked about in that the new Backstreet Millennium was coming out, and they put as like a secret track on the first pressing of her CDs. They put like snippets of the new Backstreet Boys album. At the end of her CD, like
I know,
literally has no control. And she even like said, "No, I don't want that," and they did it anyway.
And it's just, I mean, if you don't write the music, if you're not producing it, like how much say should you actually have over the course of your career? I don't know.
Just your likeness. That's like literally all it is.
Having Together open up for you, I think is just fucking pathetic. I think that is so pathetic.
Yeah,
that like devalues her and her brand. It does.
I've been kind of curious this week too if any record labels ever pushed back on MTV, like kind of saying like you can't really be making fun of this so much because this kind of is showing like we're all full of shit. All these artists that we're putting out, this is all just very, very cookie cutter. I wonder if they ever got any real pushback from the labels.
The only label that would have done it would be Jive, but like the fuck do they care? They're making like, they're not going to fight pennies to avoid dollars. Like they're making so much fucking money. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, god damn, dude, Jive in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Fuck.
Yeah, they had so many artists, so many big
GDP
artists.
of more than most countries. Like they made so much fucking money.
Yeah, you're right.
Like talk about like the most like aggressively corporate record label of all time, right? Like they specialized in the hip hop in the beginning, but realized, oh, there's no money here, and all of a sudden like Backstreet Boys got some traction, and that's what we're all in. We're all in now, and that's just
God, man, so much money. But anyway, back together. I also like kind of the play on their name too. Like it could be together or to get her. I've always kind of thought that was funny too.
That was
Especially
cute.
with QT's
little plus sign and everything.
Yeah, I liked it. It was clever. It was fun. It was fun.
It's fun.
It was fun.
It's fun for like a minute.
And that's what this is.
Fun.
And that's what this is. This is all fun. This
You're right.
album
it's fun for a minute.
This movie is just fun. It's not to be taken seriously whatsoever. And also I did also like the how much they kind of infuse like MTV culture into it, you know, having Carson Daly on TRL talk about the group and this and that. I thought that was funny. Which we'll actually get more into on actually we might as well just talk about the hardest part of breaking up, right?
Yeah.
Since that's their best song, like hands down.
Yeah, for sure. Easy.
Hands down their best song.
Not even close. Not even close.
It's just as catchy as You Plus Me equals Us. But it's
way
just
catchier than You Plus Me.
I don't think it's way catchier. I think it's on the same level. But overall, it's just a better song. The rapping, the little interlude talking with Kevin Farley. It's a really good pop song. Honestly, a really, really good pop song.
Yes.
But what I love about it, the music video, when they're performing at an auto dealership, like a used car dealership, and they're wearing like the old 70s, like big collars, like suits and everything. And then while they're performing it with the little box of somebody in the audience,
oh god,
pops and start
so
talking.
Good.
And I totally forgot that's what TRL did.
Yeah, remember
how
stupid they fucking were?
It was so dumb because they would say the dumbest shit. But I honestly completely forgot about that until this week when I watched this video. Completely forgot about it, but then all the wave of memories just came back. Every single video.
So two of them that fucking just really tickled my fancy they
were pretty funny.
The first one, the girl says, "I vote for Together because they were playing when my boyfriend gave me my first hickey." Guys, as somebody like approaching their 40s, right? Like that's like, why the fuck am I watching this? That's so fucking weird and outdated. But like as 16-year-old us, dude, that was amazing. Oh, that's
younger.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you're right. This is like what? This 12-year-old us.
13, yeah, probably 13, yeah.
God, it's so funny. The other one too is when the girl says, "Hey, Doug, you plus me equals jail time." Oh my god, what? Just absolutely fucking savage. It's good. Like, wow. But
very funny.
That's just I don't know. That's on an entirely different level of weirdness. And again, we talked about in the Backstreet Boys episode that documentary came out about Nick Carter and like everything Nick Carter's gone through. And it's just like, damn, dude, like just the amount of just illegal activities that have gone on over the course of the years with these boy bands, just fucking bizarre. And this girl just, I see that like that's a meta joke,
good.
Dude.
That is.
That's good. That's good.
It really, really is.
Fucking
so
uncomfortable.
In the video as well, did you hear the corn reference? So one of the little boxes that came up was that nerdy guy. He's like, "Oh, I came here. I thought I was going to see corn."
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said that. Oh. Yeah, he said that.
He's like,
and then,
it sucks.
Yeah. So there was that guy, and then in the TV show, the second episode, I think it was the second episode, Jerry O'Keefe, the heartthrob, he ends up kind of cheating on his girlfriend, and then he feels bad about it. So then they start dancing, and he's like, "Oh, this is our song. This is our song." And she's like, "No, our song is Freak on a Leash." And I thought that was good. Good. Two corn references, like very, very early on. So I like that. I do like that.
I like that too. I didn't know what the guy said just because it was he said it kind of fast.
Said corn.
I don't know the fuck he said. But this sucks. But yeah, it was a good video. I forgot like MTV did those pop-up video things, and it was just like honestly, it was always just girls being like slutty before it was probably appropriate. Like that's
that,
exactly
and then they would always scream. They would always end their little video screaming. Yeah. Oh, it's so annoying.
And it was, but like as a kid, like we thought it was great. Like, oh fuck yeah, spring break party, yeah.
Fuck
but
yeah,
like,
slutty girls.
Like, damn. But like yeah,
it's so bad.
Like in Wedding Crashers, right? Yeah, sluts. But now it's just fucking weird, sluts. Dude. It's like how was this okay in society?
I know.
Like, who would send their kids off to this thing and like think it's okay?
I know.
Like, what?
Well, you just you just kind of didn't know, I guess. I don't know. Or like,
I guess before like Instagram and pictures and shit, like you just I don't know, dude. Like you would know, bro. You know.
I don't know.
You know.
I don't know,
You
dude.
know.
I don't know, dude. I don't know,
Who
dude.
didn't know? They knew. Everybody knew.
It was a different time. It was a different time. It was the 90s.
It was wild.
Get away with a
I
lot.
do want to backtrack a little bit to the movie because I have
Okay.
some of my favorite parts here that I kind of want to talk about. One, the old school Doritos bags, right?
Okay, yeah.
They're eating Cool Ranch in bed. Been there, dude. So
still there all the time, dude.
Dude, still there. It's the worst. And it's funny because it's like, oh god, it's Cool Ranch. It's always Cool Ranch because like I like to, I don't know if anybody else does, but I like to take the chip, I like to inspect it both sides, and if it's extra like dusty and furry, I lick it first.
Furry,
yeah, furry. Because it's really fucking furry. Dusty. It's like fur, dude. You lick it, let it sink, and then you get the chip.
Describe it. That's the
weirdest way to describe it. That's exactly what. Tell me that's not exactly what it is.
Yeah, no, I know. And then you
when
lick
you get
the
one
fur
that's
off.
like super fucking dusty, it's like it's literally furry.
Licking that fur off like a fucking
literally
cat,
furry.
like a cat.
Correct.
Oh.
But those old school Dorito bags, especially the Cool Ranch one, where it's like there's a lot of white going on, and like the blue,
white, and then the clear, and then you could see inside the bag. Remember that?
Yeah,
you could see inside the bag.
Those are so cool.
Yeah.
So that was one thing. Another thing too, in the part of the movie, which I thought like basically summed up the entirety of like the boy band generation, just in a nutshell, was when they're doing the mock interview, and Jerry and QT both say their favorite color is blue, and there's this big fucking thing about blue, and then finally like QT like relents and Bus tells him like you all have to be unique, and he said, all right, my favorite color is not blue then. He's like, okay, cool, what's your favorite color then? It's Robin's egg blue. And then the bad boy fucking Alex like jumps on, that's my favorite color. And oh my god, you guys are fucking idiots. But because it's all funny, what Bus says was interesting. He says you cannot have the same color. Like you all have to be different, because if some girl likes green and none of you like green, that means that girl cannot identify with you. She can't connect with you. She thinks she is less than you. She thinks she's nobody. And we don't want anybody to feel like nobody. And that's like, dude, that's a good businessman right there, bro. Yeah. That's a good businessman.
100%.
That's so good. That everybody has to be fucking completely different. They have to appeal to everyone. And that's why you need 5 of them. You always gotta have an odd number. And I thought that was cool. I like that.
Also, I didn't remember him having such a big role in the movie, but he is really the main character in the whole movie, is the manager.
It follows him. The movie follows him.
It does. It follows him.
Everyone else is secondary.
Yeah. I totally did not realize that until this week when I rewatched it. But
I like to,
which is even weirder that he's not even in the show. Chose not to do it.
I like when they're doing the spelling bee too, and they're just giving words, and it was whatever. But like one of the girls who's like, and like at the time, I guess it's funny to make fun of people like this, but she's really, really skinny. And they said, your word is bulimic. And she's like, God, that's not funny. And storms off the stage. Oh, dude. That was funny. That was funny.
It's bad.
And the last one too, the last big takeaway I had was the hat the girl wore in the fucking video store with the disc or the VHS tape sticking out of it like a fish.
Oh, the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I want that hat. That's a fucking cool hat. I want like a record.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Out of it though. That was a fucking cool hat.
Wear it at your record store. Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
you would wear
cool
that
hat.
too at your store, huh?
Because I have the hat, like the Mike Trout hat with the fish coming out of it, right?
Yeah, with the fish.
Yeah, I like. I'm sure
you could
think coming out.
I'm sure there's something like that online. I'm sure you could find it.
What so like one of the lyrics to their songs too, like the first, I think it's You Plus Me. The opener is girl, I can't understand you. You're like reading a big fat book in Hebrew. Like that's the entirety of this group. That sums up everything that this group is about. Like, girl, I can't understand you. You're like reading a big fat book in Hebrew. It's so stupid.
That is very, very stupid.
Love
very
it.
Dumb.
And 5gether too, like naming a song 5gether. There's 5 of us. We should be 5gether. Oh,
That's
that's
the
so
opening
good.
track on the album too.
So funny. So there are funny like
There
kind
were.
of quippy things, but
Also the way the movie was shot was very very MTV of the time. A lot of the the double speed of the movie of all the shots and everything, where everybody's moving really fast. It's like fast motion, and then it'll stop. There'll be something weird that happens, and then it'll go fast motion again, fast motion. Like that was all over the movie. But that's how MTV was at the time. Like MTV
Yeah.
Cribs, where like everything would be sped up
Yep.
in MTV Cribs, like to like help transition between different scenes. And that's how the movie was. It's straight up MTV.
What's weird too is like nothing is ever shot at like eye level. Everything's just kind of below eye level. Like we're always looking up at the person that we're talking or is talking to us.
Yeah, I guess so.
Even with the Cribs too, we're always like looking up. Like nothing's ever at eye level. It's always like we're looking up, and like the little fast paced thing too. Yeah, it's just I don't know why they ever did that, but I like it. I dig it.
I guess my thoughts on it was that it was trying to make it so something that was very mundane and boring look more exciting or feel more exciting. That's the way I look at it.
That makes sense, right? Just the smallest things of switching eye level is exciting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you think about Cribs, like that's a boring show. Honestly, it's a boring show. So when you church it up with like the fast motion and like different kinds of like shots like that, like from underneath, it just gives a different perspective and a different feel to it.
Yeah.
Shit's boring, but I loved it.
Like if MTV or if like people came out with the Cribs nowadays, like on the home network, the home gardening network, and put a little bit more thought and money behind it, Cribs would be a fucking cool show. Like it was a cool show back then, but like if we got more into like the architectural design and what you did with the house, like that's just like me being old, but like that's what I want to see now.
But also, I mean, going back to like the old MTV Cribs, like a good chunk of those people whose homes that you were touring, they didn't actually live in those houses. That shit wasn't even real. Like they didn't own those. They didn't even live in those houses, let alone own them. So, I mean, that idea is nice and it's cool, but I don't think it would really apply with a lot of celebrities.
It would be fun.
Or remember, I think we even talked about this on the podcast, the MTV Cribs with Method Man and Redman in their apartment in Long Island.
Yeah. Like, come on, really? Yeah.
But they honestly, I kind of believe that they still live there.
I mean, like, I believe that they visited there a couple times a year to hang out and just smoke a fucking ton of pot and maybe write lyrics together and hang out, maybe. But that's it.
But you really think they were really making that much money back then in the late 90s? Especially Redman, come on. Maybe Method Man.
I think comparatively to where the amount of money they were making before this, yeah, I think they're making billions. Because like they were slanging drugs for thousands of dollars, and now they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah, they're making a ton of money.
Also, speaking of Wu-Tang, remember how all the backlash back then when ODB they were like following ODB around for a day, and he went and cashed a welfare check on camera, and there was that's
the album cover of Return to 36 Chambers is his card that he used.
I know.
And they're like, dude, you're making a fuck ton of money now. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Like this is what I know. This is what I grew up on. Like they're still sending it to me, so I'm still gonna do it. That's literally on his album. That's his fucking his welfare card or whatever it is. I ain't a shit.
That's funny. It's good stuff. All right, so back to Together. What do we got? There's just like there's so little to talk about, honestly. I thought there would be way more. But because the songs on this record, I only have one banger, and that's the hardest part of breaking up. Yeah. The last song is pretty cool. Was it Regular Guy?
Regular Guy. Yeah.
That song it's because it's so off the wall. It's so weird, right? It's like this acoustic little thing, and then it drops into this like rock song.
It is exactly the same as She Fucking Hates Me. It's the same.
I know. I wrote that.
It's the same exact thing. Everything about it is exactly the same.
From Puddle of Mud. Yeah.
But it's cool because this song, the little drum roll that they do when it kicks up into the fast part, it's like, oh, it's a cool little fucking like punk drum roll. I like that. But it's stereotypical. It's fine. But it is weird. It is bizarre.
It makes no sense in the context of this group or this album. But also, so I made the Puddle of Mud connection as well. So I went and looked at that song and see if it was like ever referenced that Together took it, or actually that Puddle of Mud took it from Together, because that song came out. The Puddle of Mud version came out after this Together song. So I wanted to see if there was anything talked about that. But apparently the She Hates Me song from them got a lot of backlash when it came out. It was because the main chord progression, like in the chord or the chorus or whatever, was identical to a Suicidal Tendencies song. I don't remember what song it was.
Yeah.
But then like the part that everyone
Life
knows,
of Mommy and Mommy's dead.
is that what it was?
Ding,
Okay.
ding, 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 ding. Hey.
But then also how they lifted Summer Lovin' from the movie Grease. And thinking about the Summer Lovin' song, yeah, that's exactly what the Together song is.
Yeah.
It's the same song. So Together took the Summer Lovin', and then eventually Puddle of Mud took Summer Lovin' as well.
I mean, whatever that like chord progression is, right? Whatever you want to dial it down to, the 1, 4, 5 or whatever it is, it's just, I'm sure it's a very, very common chord progression, and it is.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you just don't go in the same direction,
can you hear me?
But yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, because it's reconnecting. It's mine says it's undergoing a reconnection, so it might cut us off.
Retcon, reconnecting.
I don't know why it's doing
that.
Okay, can you see me right now?
This is what that means, huh? Retcon. Retcon means reconnecting. You're reconnecting different stories together.
Is it?
Is that what retcon? Is that like the
wait? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can do both.
You can really
both.
Though.
Yes.
Okay.
We're talking to.
Well, no. I
want to
make sure.
Can you hear me? Yes. Are you sure?
I want to make sure because the last time this happened, I cut out completely, and you're playing with your knife. So that's why.
Well, when I bring out the knife, then you know I can't do either.
Okay, that'll be the cue. That'll be the cue. KROQ.
Life of Mommy and your mommy's dead. Yeah, that was a Suicidal song. But like, to be fair, too, on Suicidal's first album, 2 songs had the same fucking chord progression. So
there you go. All right. Annoying. All right. So do we have anything else on that song? The hardest part of breaking up?
Oh, not much. The video's funny too, though, right? Because like the girl takes out like the kitchen sink as if like
she's a kleptomaniac.
Yeah, like,
it's described in the song too.
It's just, the
kitchen sink was good.
It's stupid. It's stupid. It's funny.
I do like how the progression of the video is that she ended up taking so much from them that the only way that they could pay their bills was performing at the used car dealership.
Yeah.
So I did like that the whole story behind the video was fun. It was funny.
And you always have to have when you throw them down like a chorus or like a pre-chorus, when they say kleptomaniac, it's not like kleptomaniac, they say kleptomaniac. Right? You gotta like like kind of rap it, but also be like really aggressive in how you say it and really enunciate the syllables. It's a very boy band thing to do.
It is. Well, it's lifted from Bye 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 from NSYNC. That's what it is. And even in the video, when they're doing that, when that heavy part happens, they're doing the dance with the arm that ba ba ba. Yeah. They do it very, very briefly in the video too. So I think it's funny how they pull from all the random videos of the time, the Bye 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 and Backstreet Boys videos and everything too. It's good.
I think like
very fun.
I think like in hindsight, we maybe should have done New Kids on the Block, but
I'm just glad the Battle of the Boy Bands is done.
Yeah,
glad we're done with it, honestly.
Which is pretty wild too, because even if we did start with New Kids on the Block, they were also put together by Lou Pearlman, so it's just like the guy had a thumb on the entire.
New Kids on. He didn't do New Kids on the Block, did he?
Yeah.
Really? No. No, I thought he did Backstreet Boys because he saw New Kids on the Block becoming so popular. I don't think he did New Kids.
I'm pretty sure he put together New Kids on the Block.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I'm looking it
maybe?
up. I don't think he did.
Fact check it.
No. It says he was fascinated with the success of New Kids on the Block, who made hundreds of millions of dollars in record tour and merchandise sales. And in turn, he did the Backstreet Boys. So
he just did New Kids on the Block better than New Kids on the Block.
Yes. No, yeah, you're okay. Right. He did.
Okay. Well, that's, yeah, all right. So we did we did a correct thing by sticking to the Lou Pearlman era of boy bands.
Laurel Pearlman.
The Laurel Pearlman era of boy bands. The Lou Pearlman. That's a dumb name. Lou Pearlman.
Lou Pearlman. Yes.
What does Lou short for?
Louis? Louis? Luis?
I don't know.
Luke? No, not Lucas. Just Lou. I guess you could do Lucas. Lucas. Yeah.
Lucas? Lou? I don't know.
Yeah, you could do
but
that.
Like then you get weird ones like Dick and Richard, and those are stupid. They're dumb.
It is dumb. That's dumb.
They're just making stuff up.
All right. So, any other songs you want to talk about on this record? Honestly, it's just
I don't have much. I don't either. Going into this, we knew I didn't have much, dude. I didn't.
Yeah,
this is probably like the least amount of notes I've ever had of anything we've ever done.
Yeah, it's just typical like late 90s boy band R&B pop ballads of the time. It's just there's nothing here that's fantastic. The lyrics, there's actually a lot of lyrics to these songs, but they're not like deep or anything like that. They're not super clever. They're just fine.
That's a lot of the lyrics. They tried so hard. Dude. Like
they
always just tried so hard to be like clever and quippy. And that's tough. Like, like I've had more of an appreciation for Weird Al's music in the past 5 to 6 years, because like, dude writes some pretty clever stuff. Like, hey, he's got some pretty clever stuff, and he tries really, really hard at it. And just because you're parroting somebody else, like it's easy just to fall into like the category of like Together and be like, that's funny. Like I know there's source material, but to get on like the level of Weird Al, I think takes some talent. Yeah. Together's just not there. It's just not there.
No, I agree. Dude, the dog. Can you hear the dog snoring?
No.
Can you hear that? He's laying like right next to me and he's snoring like crazy.
Let him snore, dude.
I am. I'm just wondering if you can hear it.
Fucking mean to that dog all day. Let him snore.
What do you mean to the dog all day? Get the fuck out of here. I never mean to
complain about him. You fucking
never mean to this dog.
You know.
This dog is Tammy treats this dog better than me. Honestly.
Well, you're annoying, so I can see that.
Okay. You're right. So outside of this album, I do want to talk about the You Plus Me Equals Us, because that song is really, really catchy. It's very funny. The bridge of that song, where they all kind of in the video, they all kind of like jump. They're like they're doing like the YMCA, but they're doing You Plus Me Equals Us.
Yeah.
Equal sign us. And it's so stupid. It's so over the top. Very YMCA. I think it's hilarious.
The fireman outfits too in the video, like that's just like, what the fuck is that? That's just absolutely wild. But it is just funny, like that they use the same You Plus Me or the calculus thing in like two different songs, right? Because this is a clever thing. You Plus Me Equals Us. Like I guess I know my calculus. It's a good line. It is a good line. It's just, man, there's so many dumb things about it that it comes together to be a perfect line. But then they reuse it, and I was like,
But it was still, but the way they reused it in the hardest part of breaking up during that bridge, it was still clever because he rapped it, and it was done I thought it was done well. It was done well. They didn't rely on that chorus. They just used it as a reference. They just referenced it. I thought it was fine. It was good. It was good.
There are times when we do a group where I'm like, oh, I'm glad that we did that. I'm glad that we listened to all their stuff, and I'm glad that I got through it, even though I didn't like it, because now I can just never talk about it again, and I'm done with it. This is not one of those times. This is one of those times where it's just like, I don't like, why the fuck did this even happen? This is why we shouldn't choose things when we're already drinking.
Yeah.
We had to do this, and this is not one of those times where I think I gained anything.
But also, we kind of started this whole Together thing maybe like 2 weeks ago. So we've had 2 weeks to talk about, maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe we should do another boy band. Maybe we should just cut off Battle of the Boy Bands completely.
Except for New Kids on the Block, and I don't want to fucking do that.
I don't. I know.
Because we already did the best too. Like we just, it has to be something stupid or just like
we could have done like Jonas Brothers, like go like modern with it and done Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, but that'd be even worse.
Or Hanson.
Remember how when BTS like that? That didn't last long.
Well, so BTS has like 12 albums, and Like they have an English and Japanese and sometimes Korean version of each of their albums too. So that's like doing BTS. Fuck, I don't know if we could ever do that. We tried. We really did. I listened to like 5 or 4 BTS records. Fuck. I think you got through 2, maybe 3 of them, but
I was on the 3rd. I was like, I can't do this.
It was bad. We cut that halfway through. Halfway through that week, we cut it off.
But then we did like how we fucking 10 Red Backstreet Boys. So
I know.
Oy. Yeah,
Anyway.
this was something. I don't know. I'm close to my wrap up already, I guess. I
know, I am too. There's one other thing I do want to bring up, because I was watching some of the music videos. I was watching the music videos today with Tammy, and she said, this would have been really good had Lonely Island done it, 7-8 years later. And her and I were talking about like some of the Lonely Island videos. And if you go back and look at the what is the videos, the like We Like Sports, when those two guys are doing it, a lot of the stuff that they're doing in those videos are very boy band, like their facial expressions, the way they move around.
Yeah, that's
are
the
very,
point,
very
right?
boy band. Yes, exactly.
That's good parody.
Exactly. And she made a good point, and I totally agree with her. Like, had Lonely Island done this 7-8 years later, it could have been so much better. So much better.
Maybe that's the problem, is like, because it was so close to the boy band era,
it was literally during the boy band era.
Like, how are you going to parody, like, as it's already happening? And yeah, like, dude, even today I was singing the Creep fucking song. So like, it's just like Lonely Island doing this now had Together never existed, and Lonely Island being the Together, even though they still are. It's like, damn, man, that's just, I like that. Because they do it so much better. And Andy Samberg's fucking witty. And when he's writing with those guys, they're all fucking really, really witty.
Yeah, the 3 of them, especially the other 2, Yorma and Akiv, dude, they're so fucking funny. They're honestly funnier than Andy Samberg. Andy Samberg is there for like the average person watching it, but for like the real, like, I don't know, just the other 2 guys are so much. They're so fucking funny.
See, why
they're so underrated? They're so underrated.
Why you always act like whenever I give a compliment, whenever I give 2, I take 1. You just do the same thing.
I did, because
you always
Andy
take
Samberg.
2. You always give 2 and take 1.
Because Andy Samberg is like the least funny of that group, of the 3 of them. He is hands down the least funny of them.
Because Andy
really
Samberg's a multi-package deal. Like, those guys are funny for
like,
sure. They're exponentially better writers, but they're not actors, bro. Andy Samberg's so much more funny acting.
You need the vanilla of Andy Samberg to balance out the other 2 guys.
Those guys could never pull off what Andy Samberg does acting-wise.
Only because he's more vanilla. Only because he's more vanilla. That's what it is. You need that vanilla. You need that vanilla to balance out the wacky.
I don't know about that.
You do. I was there. I know. I know these things.
Okay. Take 2, give 1. Nope. Give 2, take 1.
All right. But anyway, yeah, Lonely Island, they're the one like group or writing combo that could really pull something off like this really, really well. But anyway,
they're Lonely Island are better together without even realizing that they're better together.
You're right.
Dude, Creep is like, I think that's one of the greatest parody songs, goofy songs that's ever been written. It's so
funny.
It's disgusting in all the funnest ways.
Yeah. Even like Nicki Minaj's part, it's very funny.
Yeah,
her part is very funny.
She slays. That's one of the few times she's fun.
I like her a lot too, but yeah,
I get it.
I have her album Deluxe.
You're like those like with Nicki Minaj. You're like those people that say, "Oh, I like salads," and then proceed to drown it in fucking ranch.
Well, no, I don't.
Okay, so
no.
I didn't say you do that. So you're like those people.
I'm not like that. No, I'm not.
You are like those people.
I'm not like those people. I do like her for record.
Oh, I like Nicki Minaj. And people are like, "Oh, I like salad," and then drown it.
Better
in
than Little
ranch.
Kim. It's better than Little Kim.
Oh, hold on there, dude.
It's true, dude. It's true.
That's doubles right there.
Double wolves.
D-dubs.
Not even funny. It's not even funny. Such a deep reference. Anyway, so we're not even an hour deep here. But I'm down to just
I need nothing else. I
to
do have nothing else.
I know.
I'm running on fumes.
Let's
here.
wrap it up. That's fine. I don't want to draw this on for too long. No. Let's
been too long.
Let's give our final thoughts on this, on the record, on everything altogether. The record, the movie, TV show, everything.
All together.
There you go. All together with the number 2. And we're going to rate it based off of our world famous 3-point rating system where 3 is a perfect album, whatever. 2's good. You're going to continue with it. 1's bad, but give it a shot. And 0 is the worst thing you've ever seen or heard. So what do you got? Go.
Yeah, this is a 1 all fucking day. This is a 1. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. There's nothing great about this. I do think Getting Back Your Stuff is a fantastic pop song. It's really, really good. But that is it. That's the only song that they have that I think is a fantastic pop song. The other songs on this record are forgettable at best. Like sometimes just fucking annoying, like skippable. Ugh. And not stinkers, but like, dude, that song sucks. Not good. Why am I listening to this? It was fun to watch the movie. I've never watched the movie in its entirety. It was fun to watch the movie on one hand because it brought back nostalgia with TRL and being planted in front of that TV to watch TRL's new music video drop for something that I love and like hitting that fucking record on my VCR. So like those are memories, and that's cool because those are memories that you can share with other people that were around and doing those things. But those are also memories that are like personal to you, right? Because like most of the time it was just you doing it by yourself. So these are just like foundational memories of growing up and I don't know, being in the scene with other people, but not actually being in the scene with other people. You know what I mean? Is that weird?
I get it. No, it's not weird. I
like we're part of the
totally
same
understand.
scene, but we weren't there together.
You're doing that a lot.
Us. Yeah. So I don't know. This was at best, this was a trip down memory lane. At worst, I wasted. How long was the movie? An hour and a half?
Hour and a half. Plus listening to the album.
Actually, it was an hour and a half because I put it at 1.5 speed. So
okay,
it's like
an hour. Let's just say an hour.
Which I think
just an hour.
I think almost all videos. If you're watching a tutorial and you're not watching at 1.5 speed, you're wasting your time.
Tutorials are different. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think like in videos in general, they should default at 1.25 speed. And if you prove to me that I can get you at normal speed, then we'll drop it down. But I think default should be 1.25 and tutorials should be defaulted at 1.5.
Okay.
That's what I say. This album gets a 1. That's all
1 out of 3. 1 out of 3.
No more, no less. You should definitely listen to this fucking one time. That is it.
Yeah. And watch the movie at least one time. Honestly, okay, I'll throw this. I'll throw this into my record wrap.
I don't know.
I'll throw this into my record wrap up. All right, so you gave it a 1. I don't give it much better than that. I won't give it much better than that. But I mean, it's very much a timestamp of the music industry and MTV, especially MTV in general. I like the drive of this movie. I like that they really, really tried with it, but they could only do so much with MTV and the budget and this and that. I thought in the end this was perfect for the time. It was perfect for the time, but 24 years later, almost 25 years later, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that till right now. But yeah, 25 years later, it comes off as very, very dated. But that's fine. 80s movies come off as dated too, but some of them are great.
It's bad writing. The writing is not good.
Some of it, yeah, it was a little much, a little bad. But I don't know. Some of the songs are fun. One song we forgot to talk about, "Say It, Don't Spray It." That was another one too. That was
I think that's the one where it starts off with the Hebrew book and how difficult things are because whatever.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. So yeah, the "Say It, Don't Spray It." God, those lyrics are so dumb. But I mean, the nostalgia hits so hard, like you mentioned. I remember watching this with a couple of my friends back then, and we always made fun of it because we were like, the punker kids, we were the metal kids. So, watching the TV show make fun of boy bands was right up our alley. Even if it wasn't that funny, we thought it was funny. So the nostalgia hits strong. I feel like if you weren't there for it, you're not going to really enjoy it as much as, like we did, even though we didn't enjoy it that much. But we're also looking at it through the goggles of being 25 years later. With that being said, I'll I'll give it a 1.5. I'll give it a 1.5 because
That's pretty fucking high, dude.
because a few of the songs are really fucking good pop songs. They tried really hard and they did what they could at the time, and it was a good movie at the time. In 1999, this is good.
1.5 kind of like 1.5 like kind of insinuates that you may listen to this entire record again.
No, it doesn't. No, I'm only giving it that.
It kind of does.
No, so I'm combining this with like the everything, the movie, the writing, the songs, everything. I'm putting this all together into one, and that's why I give it a 1.5 because there are some like really good bangers, like The Hardest Part of Breaking Up, Say It, Don't Spray It, Don't Say It, Don't Spray It, and You Plus Me Equals Us. Those 3 songs right there bump that up significantly. Also, I really do like the guy who played the manager in the movie. I liked him a lot, and he carried that entire movie. He really, really carried that whole movie.
He's fine.
I know what you want to say.
That movie sucked, dude. That movie sucked,
I know what you want to say.
Fine. He's fine. Yeah.
I know exactly what you want to say. But
wow.
Anyway, let's
I'm an adult now.
No, you're something.
I don't say bad words.
I'm not saying a bad word. I didn't say you were going to say a bad word. I don't know. So I give it a 1.5, which is still really low. I gave Backstreet Boys and NSYNC higher than this.
I think 1.5 is way too high. I think like at most you should have given like a 1.25 because like two is straight up like I'm going to listen to this again, right? And if a 1 is like I'm gonna listen to this one time and never again. So like a 1.5 kind of like I don't know, kind of means that maybe at some point you'll listen to the record again. And I don't agree with that.
When I was watching the TV show, it was bad, but it was still it was entertaining. It was entertaining.
Not bad. It's not bad. It's just not good.
It was entertaining, but it was entertaining. And with the TV show, like just throwing it on in the background,
all right,
it'd be a good background TV show. Honestly, like it's a solid background TV show. So 1.5, 1.5.
Like if I was, for whatever reason, right? Like MTV, if I download the app and like, oh, 2gether's, they're doing a one night fucking thing. I'd probably watch it, to be honest.
I know you would. See, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Bump it up 1.5. 1.5.
I'll bump mine up to 1.2.
There we go. 2.5. Give it 2.5. And you got yourself a deal. 2.5, 1.25.
I'll do 1.25. I'm feeling generous.
There we go.
I just want to get that, to be honest, because I'm done talking about boy bands. I'm fucking done with fucking boy bands, dude. I never even thought I would say that. That's crazy because I love listening to these stupid fucking musics, bro. But I just can't even.
But I mean, we both know that most of this music fucking sucks. With whether it's Backstreet Boys and NSYNC together, most of it sucks. Like 20% of it is fucking amazing.
Honestly,
the rest of it, sucks.
My favorite boy band song is "Baby When the Lights Go Out" by Five. That's my favorite.
That's so dumb. It's a good song.
I love that song so
it's a good
goddamn much. It's just I don't know what it is about that one. I think like okay, so like just the last tangent here before we wrap it up. Again, I think like I liked Five and that song so much because like younger me, right? Younger us, when everyone's like, oh, I like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and Britney Spears.
You want to be different?
But you ever heard of Five?
Five was like, oh man, okay. See, now you've like kind of you've unlocked this thing. So when we were like around that like 12, 13 years old, it was like the MTV boy bands, and then there was the Disney Channel boy bands.
Yeah,
and Five was the Disney Channel boy band. They were so clean, so cookie cutter, but they were never really played on MTV. But on Disney Channel, they were like the go-to boy band on that. So that's what that was. Like they had their own, like we talked about last week, like VH1 had their own thing, and then MTV had their own set of like top 20, like the countdowns, the top 20 countdowns.
Yeah.
MTV had their thing, VH1 had their own thing, Disney Channel had their own thing.
I mean, they all just catered to like a different demographic, right? And Five was a group that for sure catered to like the Disney Channel demographic.
Yeah, 100%. Especially at that time.
That's you know what's crazy too is Five's from the UK.
Okay, and
that's wild.
Remember BB Mac? They were all over
Yeah,
Disney Channel.
BB Mac.
Yeah, they were the boy band that was like a Disney Channel boy band as well. What was that song? It was the When You're Back Here, Baby, or something. What was that song? Because you're back here, baby. It was so dumb. So
that
bad.
Literally sounds like every fucking.
I know, it sounds like every other boy band.
Yeah. I wonder what like other UK boy bands, because like again when we argued about whether or not like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC is better, and Backstreet Boys clearly won that fucking battle. It's just like on a worldwide scale, like no boy band on earth has ever existed that could compete with Backstreet Boys. There's just no fucking way.
NSYNC is better, but okay. Continue the bad joke.
But Europe and the UK had a couple of them. Like, remember Westlife? Westlife was a group that kind of
I remember
semi
them.
competed with Backstreet Boys in some capacity, but like, come on, man. And then,
nothing compared to Backstreet Boys or NSYNC.
Like, dude, on a world scale, like honestly, like just jokes aside, maybe not even better. Just let's just be objective about this and say who was the most popular boy band that has ever existed
Backstreet
on
Boys,
Earth.
Hands down. Backstreet Boys.
On a world scale, it's Backstreet Boys, and it's not
without
even fucking close.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like,
we talked about it. We talked about it on the Backstreet Boys episode. How even up until this day, like they're playing every fucking market. They're doing Asia. They're doing the U.S., Canada, South America, Europe. They're playing
stadiums,
all the big markets.
Stadiums.
Yes. Like, and this is 2024, and they're still playing stadiums.
Crazy. Or
like big fucking venues.
And that I don't fucking get that, but you know,
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I know.
But yeah, so I'm curious to
Westlife.
other
I forgot about that.
Other boy bands from the UK. Westlife is the only one.
Actually, speaking of boy band or kind of boy bands, there was a group later. This is after we had already graduated high school, but a group that I had never ever heard of until you, and Chris were in Europe. And the band Tokyo Hotel. Remember them?
Tokyo Hotel. I do remember them.
I did not know anything about them until we were in Europe, but they were literally everywhere, all over the TV, posters, like advertisements, everything. Tokyo Hotel was all over Europe in 2008, and never heard of them in America. And even when we got home from Europe, I never heard of them again. But they were massive.
By Tokyo Hotel, but now I'm going to add them to my list of stuff to listen to.
I'm going to do that too. But they weren't a traditional boy band. I think they all played like instruments, but they were still they still had like very, very poppy songs.
So
they were massive.
Pop punk, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Like pop punkers are just boy bands who play instruments.
No, you're right.
Are they from Japan or the UK?
No, they're
Hotel.
I think they're like Swedish or something, or Finland or Finnish. I don't.
Wow, so first of all, just again, this is the whole wrap up here too, right? They're from Germany, and they spell Tokyo I-O instead of Y-O.
I knew that.
I like that.
I knew that.
Like that.
I just remember the singer had that really big hair.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck is that thing?
Looks like a fucking like skunk or something like that.
These kids look like they are not like from the U.S., but they're trying to look like they're from the U.S. That's what they look like.
Yeah.
That's their Wikipedia fucking picture looks. That's exactly what the guy. I don't know if you're looking at it, but the guy on the left looks like he's Pat Wilson from fucking Weezer.
Let me see. Oh yeah, I see that. I see with the glasses and everything.
Yeah, and like the shorts and like the boring shirt and the shoes with the crew socks and.
But then the guy with the hair.
This.
Damn.
Dude, what is that?
Dude, we should have done Tokyo Hotel on the pod. We should.
I forgot they existed until just now. That's your fault.
That's my fault. Yes. I wonder how many albums they have. They have. Oh wait, here we go. 7 albums. They came out with an album in 2022. Holy shit.
Good Lord.
But yeah, I do remember over when we were there. God, they were all over, advertising and advertisements and TV and everything. But yeah, never again did I hear about them here in the States before or after that trip.
It really is kind of true. Like just how the lines have been so blurred between like just boy bands and just like pop punk, like Hot Shell Ray. Remember Hot Shell Ray? That Tonight song? It's been
No.
a really, really long week. 7 days of torture, 7 days of loving, and girlfriend cheating on me.
No. I remember
Dude,
S
that
Club
song's
7.
So good.
Remember S Club 7?
Da, da, da. Yeah, there was a TV show at S Club 7, wasn't it?
There was
Remember a TV show?
on Disney Channel.
Yeah,
That was one
I
of the
did watch
Disney
S Club
Channel
7.
boy bands or groups. They weren't a boy band because there were girls in the group. But yeah, my sister used to watch that one. But they were from England, from Britlanders.
That's why I was stupid. It's funny because whenever I say things like that, I'm only talking to one person.
Oh,
It's
I
just,
know.
Like
We're just
piss off an
cyberbullying.
entire country just for one person.
We're cyberbullying one person on this podcast,
Pretty much.
and he knows who he is. No.
That makes
Anyway.
it better. Yeah, 1.2. I'll get a 1.25 out of 3.
1.5
That's
for
my
me.
final offer.
All right. Well,
That's
thank you
it.
all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button, tell all your friends. And that's it. That's all.
Hush, over.
Jerky.